Bismillah Rahman Rahim. I am Dr. Sajad. Today we will discuss about hematocrit.
What is hematocrit? It is basically the volume of RBCs in whole blood cell, and usually we expressed it as in percentage. We will discuss about the procedure of hematocrit. There are two hematocrit procedures. One is macrohematocrit method, and the other is microhematocrit method. Today we will just perform the macrohematocrit method, which is Wenthrop method. Uh, as you can see in the slide, there are two portions of blood. The one is RBC, the lower portion, and the upper portion is plasma. So we will discuss how we can separate these RBC from plasma in the whole blood cells. Before moving to the procedure, we will discuss the normal values of hematocrit. These are varies in men, women, and child. So in men, it is usually expressed in percentage. So it's 40 to 54% in adults, men, and in women, it's 37 to 47%. While in infants, it's 30 to 43%. Due to hormonal reason, male have slightly higher hematocrit level.
Okay, for this procedure we required the following materials: microhematocrit, centrifuge machine, lancet, cotton swab, and heparinized capillary tubes, and plasticine. So let's discuss about the procedure of hematocrit. First of all, you have to ask the patient to sit comfortably and please explain the procedure to the patient shortly and take a short consent from the patient. Then start the procedure. First of all, clean the finger with alcohol swab and then prick it with the lancet. Discard the first drop of the blood and then allow the second drop of the blood to capillary tube. Capillary tube must be anticoagulated with EDTA or any other anticoagulant, but usually we use EDTA. So the other end of the capillary tube must be sealed with the plasticine. Okay, and then you will centrifuge the capillary tube. Uh, you have to spin the tubes in the centrifuge machine for 5 minutes. Uh, there are some variations for the RPM, but we have to do it on 5000 RPM, 3000 to 5000 RPM for 5 minutes. Okay, one thing you have to remember for centrifuge is there is only one tube. So in the centrifuge machine, you have to take another tube for balancing. Okay, and then after centrifuge, you will see the blood in two parts. One is plasma and the other is RBC. Okay, after centrifugation, take out the capillary tube. It will appear like having one portion of blood and the other portion of the plasma. So this is a microhematocrit reader. After placing the tube in a microhematocrit reader, you should know that the plasma portion should be cutting the top line and the bottom line should be at the zero level. And then lastly, the adjuster adjuster is used to calculate the hematocrit. It is placed exactly at the point where RBCs are separated from the plasma. This is your hematocrit reading, which is expressed in percentage. You should practice it when you are here in the college. So there are some condition in which the hematocrit levels are high, such as polycythemia, in which the RBC levels are higher, heart or kidney problems, anabolic steroid intake of anabolic steroids, diarrhea, dehydration, lung problems, burn, smoking, or high altitude. And there are some conditions in which the hematocrit levels are low, such as anemia, hemolysis, nutritional deficiencies, bleeding, or pregnancy. So, what are the indications of hematocrit level? So, it is used for screening test of anemia and for calculation of red cells indices, such as MCV, which is mean corpuscular volume, and MCHC, which is mean corpuscular hemoglobin concentration. It is also used in monitoring of certain diseases like dengue hemorrhagic fever. So this was all about hematocrit. I hope you have learned something from this lecture. Thank you all.